out of me and had Pig stay with me until I could get up. A pig that would never have stayed with me. She left everybody else and came and sat with me.
I think she knew that I wasn't feeling well and that it was her turn to take care of me. That was sweet.
They tend to snuggle up to me if they think I'm sad. So yes. Oh, I'm not sad at the moment. No, I'm not.
They detect your moods, and so if they feel something's wrong, whether it's in your body or something in the environment around you, they're going to try and let you know.
And no one knows this better than Jill Lacey from England. Her dog Trudy saved her life.
Well, Trudy was a very, very special dog to me. I mean, she was great fun to have, and she meant a great deal to me because obviously she saved my life.
Trudy proved just how special she was when she sensed that something was terribly wrong with Jill.
My first memory of it was I was sitting down reading a book, but I had my legs propped up on a stool, and she came over to me and sniffed at the mole on my leg. I can remember looking down and to see what it was and just sort of brushing it and pushing her away.
But no matter how many times Jill pushed her away, Trudy kept on sniffing the mole. Finally, after 6 months, Jill decided that Trudy must be trying to tell her something. She went to the doctor, who did a biopsy.
The results came back, requested me to go back in for a wider excision because it was suspected malignant melanoma. Once they'd taken it away, Trudy never really paid any attention to it again. So, I mean, in my mind, it was very obvious that it was clear, but I felt reassured because she reassured me.
Incredible as it sounds, it turns out Jill and Trudy's experience is not unique. When multiple stories of dogs detecting cancer came to light, Dr. John Church took notice.
Jill Lacey is, as far as I would know, she is in fact the first patient that we know of whose dog identified not just danger but a cancer. And her stories now are matched by 20 such stories, all with the same storyline. Now those stories are more than enough to make me say, hey, we've got to work on this and get a training program going to see if we can train dogs to recognize cancer.
The training program works like this. 7 tissue samples are laid out on a track. Only one of them is from a cancer patient. The dog's task is to find the one that's cancerous. As soon as the dog sniffs the cancer sample, he's rewarded. He learns to associate smelling cancer with getting a reward. The dogs quickly know to alert the trainers by lying down next to the cancer sample. Their success rate is stunning. The dogs indicate cancer correctly 95% of the time. No other test is this accurate, this fast.
We honestly do not know what exactly they're picking up. We assume that there is a signature, which is a number of different molecules which are given off by cancer cells, which is different from the normal cells of that same tissue.
During clinical trials, one event in particular proved the dogs know what they're doing.
Perhaps the most exciting moment was when we had selected a patient that had come through a clinic. We were told, bladder's clear, so the sample went on to the dog trainers as a cancer-free sample. And so the time came when the dogs were in training now with a known cancer sample and 6 others, and goodness me, the dogs were going down the line, dunk, dunk, and they were indicating on 2 samples. And the trainers knew that that was the cancer, that one wasn't. So they were chiding the dogs at one point for actually recognizing this until they actually took the sample away and hid it in the room at one point. Dogs came in, went down the line, said, hey, wait a minute, wait, there's something wrong here. Searched the room and found it and still said, here it is. That caused them to tell surgeons, they got the patient back. The cancer of the bladder was in the kidney in that patient. And that patient has had a nephrectomy, the kidney's been removed, and he's cured. So our dogs have saved a life.
I felt privileged because I know that most people don't survive melanoma because it's not detected early enough.
I think that given the dog's nose, his amazing sense of smell, it shouldn't really surprise us that dogs can sniff out a disease within a body. I'm sure there are many, many partnerships we can form if we just take the animals on their own terms, if we watch them and think, there's a sense they have that we don't have, and maybe they can use that sense to help us.
People and dogs have become natural partners. Dogs want to please us. They're friendly and affectionate. But what about an animal that we feel just the opposite about? No one could possibly imagine how much we'd come to rely on a creature most of us hate. In Africa, an unlikely relationship is tackling a global crisis head-on.